I think we should swing while we're out here because I think it'd be fun and interesting.
Yeah.
But I think Sophie, who's my wife here, would be a really bad swinger.
Why?
I think that you would like entertain the idea, and then as it was about to happen, you'd be like, "Wait, what am I doing here?"
I feel like you would terrify the people here. You would be like,
Jamie would be like overzealous, but not because he really wanted to bang anybody else. He'd just be like too enthusiastic about it. He would get to there and he'd be like, "Guys, what's the plan?
Yeah,
we should go first." And the other couple would be like, "Whoa!" Like,
you want a hand job? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to give you head? All right. I suppose I can do that.
Sophie's in the corner doing a face mask, and she's you're just blowing the guy.
I'm just giving head to every bloke and actually not having sex with anyone. And then everyone gets bored.
You blow everybody, and everyone's like, "Okay, I'm good."
I've just been bukkakied on. In LA. Just get to LA to get bukkakied on. And then you leave, and I'm like, what just happened?
Oh my God.
That's my idea of a good time.
That's why you came to LA.
That's why.
It's really hard.
Oh my God, you're scaring me.
Not as much as they are. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
God, I'm lucky.
Jamie Laing, Sophie Habboo, welcome to my podcast. Welcome to Office Hours. Thank you so much for being here. What are you guys doing in LA apart from setting up your swinging?
We're just trying to get here for Jamie to swing.
To swing. Well, also, wait, before we start, let me say, co-hosts of Newlyweds podcast and Great Company podcast.
Are we still laughing about giving hand jobs and me in the corner with a face mask? Just so I can stay in that moment.
I promise you'll enjoy it. Just give it a go.
I hate it when you laugh this much. Does it make you feel uncomfortable when he laughs this much and his face
God.
looks like it's about to burst?
No, I love it.
You can say that it makes you feel
Not a
uncomfortable.
shed. I'm just trying to get my reality TV.
I was not on Made in Chelsea.
This is better, I swear. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so why are we here? So we're here because we just hosted a Spotify event.
Cool.
Which was very cool. And we came out early just because, honestly,
I've never been.
You've never been to LA?
Never been.
What are your first impressions?
Want to move.
Wow.
Love it.
I think a lot of British people love LA. Like I have another couple friends who are moving, and I think there's just something about London and LA. There's a lot of similarities because they're both really spread out, and it really matters like what neighborhood. Stop laughing.
Because I know, I can sense you're still thinking about it as well. So you're trying to
Okay.
and get it out of your head. You can't.
I really want to get it out of my head. I really want to get it out.
But Tinx, you're so right. I think there is this, essentially there is this like image of LA, which is like, it's like a sort of like, I don't know, beer goggles, like, oh my God, it's so exciting and fun. But I reckon underneath it all.
Yeah, give us the lowdown.
I don't know if it's good if I do because I'm in a really bad spot with LA, and I just moved to New York, so I'm back and forth. Like I'm keeping my house here, but I just moved to New York. But all that to say, I am someone who likes to move every 3 or 4 years. I get bored of places. I like to pop around, so I have had great times in LA. I think LA is great if you are a couple. I think it's great if you are more into like chilling versus going out. I think those are two really crucial things. If you like to party and if you like to go out, I think it's a really tough place to live right now. Or if you're single, and I'm single. So that is one thing that I'll say. But you guys, you're a couple, you have your careers. I do think that you could be very happy here.
Can we just quickly get into why you being single?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Like, what you like? You're funny. You're great. You're cool. You're beautiful.
Exactly. So like for me to find a guy, I need him to be like really, really amazing. And I'm not one of those people who can be in a relationship and be like, oh, like he's okay. Or like, yeah, like I don't know. I love my life. Like I'm really happy. And for someone to fit into my life, like they can only add to it.
I think you're right with that. Like I spent time in New York. Is very like I said this to you.
I haven't been to New York either.
Oh, you have to go.
I know.
It's so fun. New York is great. It's just like high energy. The speed is incredible. Like it's very, very like there's a million people you see every day. There's so much going on. You can go to like 5 things in a night. Whereas in LA, it's like you have to plan a lot. You know, there's a lot of driving. It's a lot of time in your car.
That's the vibe I'm wanting though, rather than like the London like doing everything. So like it's like a rat race.
Totally.
But New York must be way better for dating.
New York is better for dating. It's just like the lifestyle lends itself more to dating. You meet so many people on a daily basis, and like I said, people just do more in a night, in a week. But
wait, what is it? What is the difference between dating LA guys compared to New York guys? What is their chat up like?
I feel like I could suss this out.
Go on, but do a little bit.
I'm not going to do role play.
Okay, all right. Well, okay.
You tell us things.
LA is like a guy who like everybody's so flaky here. That's one thing that you have to get used to. Like if you make a plan, there's a 90% chance someone will flake. Someone will be like, there's too much traffic, or like I have a hair appointment, or like I have a stomach ache, or like whatever. People are so
I love that. Flake
flaky
me the whole time. Like cancel the plans. I love it.
No, people are really flaky here, and so that's a lot of dating. Also in LA, there's a lot of like showiness. Like there's a lot of like a guy will have a really nice car and like a really nice watch, but he'll live with like 3 roommates. And you're like, how does that work? Like what? Whereas in New York, people are more real. You know, there's definitely a huge level of competition in New York. Like people are so like, they're always like, oh, what are you doing? Like they're competitive in that sense. But in LA, it's just, there's a lot of facade is the one thing I'll say.
I reckon LA's like a lot of kissing. Well, like New York's like a lot of like
fucking.
Yeah, that's like that. Like LA's like let's go and kiss on the beach and just like smoke some weed and just like kiss. Where in New York it's like let's just go.
Well, also it completely depends what neighborhood you're in. Like Santa Monica is a different world from West Hollywood, which is a different world from Silver Lake. So when you guys move, you have to pick like the right neighborhood for you because it's completely different. Like different towns. Like it's crazy that it's just one like LA because every neighborhood has such a distinct personality and your lifestyle will be so different based on where you live.
Shit. Okay, so where are we gonna live?
Where are we gonna live?
I think. Where do you think that they would
Beverly
like?
Hills.
I'm thinking Santa Monica.
I feel like you guys are West Side.
I just feel like by the tone you said it, I was sensing that's the cool one.
I feel like they're West Side people. I feel like they're Santa Monica or Brentwood. Maybe I could see them.
Brentwood's very family.
Yeah, Palisades.
Oh, we went there.
We went there. We went to farmers market. We liked it.
Was it nice?
It's like a couple cutout. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
So
I think I'm Los Feliz. I'm more like edgy.
Oh,
and like,
okay.
No, I know. With his mullet, that's what he's feeling.
Yeah. I actually shaved it just for Los Feliz as I was going in. I just said,
you haven't even been there.
Yeah, I just got 2 shavers and going to Los Feliz. Looking at me like
we didn't even go.
God. Okay, what's the best thing you guys have eaten this week? Because I've seen you've been eating a lot of pancakes.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the pancake thing? You've been storing them a lot.
What do you think?
Jamie loves a pancake.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're underrated.
So underrated.
So underrated. I think that people think they're overrated, but actually pancakes are underrated. 100%.
American pancakes are underrated.
Yeah, totally.
The flat pancakes are overrated.
The ones you get in England.
French ones with the lemon
or like a
and the
crap.
sugar.
Yeah,
crap.
Yeah.
But what I don't get about so with American food, what I don't understand. So we went to
Crumble cookie.
Crumble cookie.
Talk about overrated.
Man, like that was really
it's
overrated.
really like it's crazy.
It was seriously overrated.
It's so overrated. Did you hear about the thing in Australia where the people did the fake crumble cookie?
No.
Obviously, crumble cookie, I think it's mid. I really do. But people love to do these reviews in their cars on TikTok, and they've made it such a thing to the point where the company is super viral and profitable and all this shit. And these people in Australia decided to do a crumble pop-up, but it's fake. So they somehow smuggled 700 crumble cookies into Australia. And then they said oh, Sydney, crumble pop-up, we're coming. People waited for hours and they charged $25 per cookie. And everybody was so excited in Australia to try because of all the hype online. And then they got home and the cookies were super stale and moldy. And they were like, what the fuck? And then they had to come out and say oh, sorry, it wasn't real crumble. We just printed signs.
Gotcha.
That is outrageous.
Yeah. So And they came out, this is so Australian of them. They were like, we weren't even trying to scam people. We just wanted people to try crumble cookie. I'm like, nobody wants other people to try cookies that badly. That's insane.
They smuggled it in a suitcase.
Well, or something. They had to pay Australia, it's really hard to get shit in and out. Like especially fresh food and because they have like a lot of regulations. So I don't know how they did it, but
there's so many things. Sophie was obsessed to go to some place called Air One.
Oh,
I would move just for that.
Yeah.
So
it's really good.
There's not one of those in New York.
I spent $40 on 2 smoothies.
No, it's crazy.
One called a Hailey Bieber.
Okay.
And it was like a blended
Which is also like
milkshake.
a Haagen-Dazs. That's not healthy. I looked at the ingredients.
Oh my God, there's 20,000 calories in that thing. Easy.
Are you joking?
I agree. I was like, this is a melted Haagen-Dazs that I'm
it's
sipping
great.
away.
Okay, here's some lore for you. When you guys moved to LA, I was the first ever influencer to do a smoothie with Air One. Before Hailey Bieber, it was me.
I bow down to you.
It was me.
That's unbelievable.
In 2021, yeah.
It's called clicks right there.
Yeah, Air One is amazing. The hot bar, the hot bar is the best thing in the world. You have to get like
What's the hot bar?
Like the food, the
Oh my God,
pre-prepared
we've
food.
not been doing
You
that.
have to go. This is so imperative. This is the best thing in LA. Is like their
We're going back
healthy,
today.
fast casual food is the best thing in the world. You have to go to the hot bar. You have to get they have like gluten-free chicken tenders and like mac and cheese
been
that's
doing it all
gluten-free.
wrong.
Like you have to, that's the best thing by far.
We went there. Okay, I firstly did $40 on 2 smoothies. Hailey Bieber one, and then the other one was like peanut butter and ass.
Which was not good, which
Blended
really did
together.
taste like ass.
It tasted like butthole.
And it was like $13.
And it just made my stomach feel like awful. And then Sophie went to the vitamin section.
I don't know what happened.
She bought like liver disease pills.
I was like, I've never seen this before. Pop that in. Spend my whole...
I gotta tell you, so we do this. We came out, she spent $250 in, and I was like, are you kidding me? We then go with Willis, we go shopping, and they're like, we're going thrift shopping. And I'm like, okay. So I followed them to do it. The most exciting thing that they did after, we didn't even really go into these stores, they went to CVS. And they were excited that they could get 2 for 1 on Tums.
Yeah.
I want to go back there. I was Googling all morning the closest CVS. I'd be lost in there, but I had him traipsing around me being like, are we ready to go? Yeah.
No, it's
unbelievable.
I get it though, because when I grew up in London, obviously, and when I would come to America, I would love to go to the drugstore too. And it's so funny now because now I go back and I'm like, ooh, I get to go to Boots. Like, oh my God, so slay. And people in America love to come and they love to go to Boots.
People love Waitrose. I was like,
Yeah, they love Waitrose. Wait, actually,
rubbish.
when that person said that.
Waitrose, I judged her so badly, I felt bad. I was like, Waitrose, you have Air One and you're excited for Waitrose? I was like,
I know. You want what you can't have. It's true. It's true.
you do.
Hey, can I ask just quickly? So why have you decided to move to New York?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of done with LA for the moment?
For now, yeah. But I'll come back. I mean, I'm keeping my house. I'll have to come back for work. I'm just done with it for now. And also, LA's changed a lot lately. In the past, I would say, kind of since the pandemic, I think that the whole vibe of the city has kind of shifted. And that happens with major cities. They go through phases where it's there's a lot of energy on a city. And then, it kind of goes through a little bit of a flop era. But they always come back, I think.
I think London's going through a bit of a flop era since the pandemic.
Yeah, it's a little bit...
It's a bit heavy, it's a bit dark. It just feels like the energy's off. People aren't mixing, they're not socializing.
Yeah.
It's aggressive since the pandemic.
Yeah, I think not
happens.
all cities bounced back as well, and I just feel it's not my time for LA. But
Glasgow's never bounced back. It hasn't. Has never quite bounced.
never bounced
Glasgow
back.
hasn't bounced back. has it?
Birmingham hasn't either.
Birmingham hasn't bounced back. Are you renting your house out because we're
Do you guys want? Wait, that's a really good. We are literally the holiday, but can I have? Oh wait, you guys don't live in New York.
We're renovating our house. You can.
Oh my
Okay.
God, you could stay.
You guys could stay in my house.
And you could come and stay in London and date some London boys.
Yeah, we could do that. That's
Should
a
we
good
do
idea
that?
for a show.
Should we
We
do that?
have a reality show in us somewhere. I think there's some sort of formulation we have to get through.
When I first met Tinx, we met on a Zoom. And this is years and years ago. And I was with my buddy and we were talking about working together. And Tinx came up with an idea that what we would do is we would create a content house together, film it all, and at the end, we would murder her. That's what I met her. That's what she said. And that would be it.
That is so good. And that's why I don't have my own TV show yet, is because that's how I act in meetings. But yeah, that's true. That did happen. Okay, so let's. So you guys met on Made in Chelsea.
We did.
What was it like trying to form a romantic relationship on TV?
Well, we hid it for ages.
Yeah.
So we were like friends, and then we got together. We went on these away trips, and we got together on a flight back. He got me really drunk.
Yeah, but give the whole story because it's good.
Give the whole story? Okay.
Yeah,
so we were friends, and I was dating someone, one of his friends, and he was dating somebody else.
One of your friends.
No.
Well, they don't throw your friend.
I'm throwing you under the bus. It was not one of my friends. Hope she doesn't listen to this. Anyway, we were just really good mates, and then we went away. We went to South Africa, Cape Town, and we were coming back. And I don't know. Will you tell the story because you?
No, that was it.
I'll jump in.
We basically went to South Africa. We were filming the show out there. I had just broken up with someone. Sophie had just broken up with someone, and we were like really good friends.
Right.
Like really good friends, and like I whenever I was with her, I would always feel really awkward. Like I didn't understand.
I didn't know this. I thought we were really good friends.
No, my chat was so bad. I used to like walk next to her and I'd be like, "What's your favorite color?" And she'd be like, "I don't know, purple." And I'd be like, "Sick." Like I wouldn't know what to say. It was really weird. I just thought she was being awkward, but it was obviously me. And then we get to South Africa. Sophie walked out in a bikini, and I was like, "Oh my god." She's like a chick. Like I didn't really.
You didn't think I was before.
Think like you were just my friend, and you were beautiful, and just it saw you in a different eye for some reason suddenly, and I was like, okay, wow. And then we were just really good friends, and slowly by slowly, I would get drunk, and I would then say, "Oh, can I sleep in your bed?" And she'd be like, "Oh, okay."
He used to sleep in my bed and like headlock me.
Yeah.
My head would be hit.
That's cute.
It's not cute.
Oh.
You know when it's at the stage, have you ever, like a boy's crept into your bed and you're kind of their friend, but you're like, I don't want anything to happen, so I'm going to pretend I'm asleep. And like I'm not going to breathe and I'm going to be still. It was very much that. And to the point he was so drunk one night, I heard him like scrambling around, and I like opened one eye because I didn't want him to see I was awake, because I didn't want him to like put any moves on me. And I saw him get up. He was looking for water, and I saw him go over to a vase with flowers in it. He took the daffodils out of it and he drank the flower water. And I was like, oh my god, did that just happen? Got back into bed and I was like,
your husband.
And I was like, that's the one I want to marry.
Look, he killed it.
I'm dead.
And then we kind of like we were sort of flirting, and it was just like and this is true. There was like an underlying tone of like we obviously fancied it, but no one was really saying anything.
Right.
And then we got we got quite drunk on the flight on the way back, and we ended up kissing on the flight on the way back. And we were so drunk on the flight that we sort of passed out in each other's arms. It was actually quite romantic, really, the whole thing. And then we just didn't really leave each other's sides.
Yeah, and then that was it.
And when was that? How long have you guys been together?
A couple of weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. Great. Perfect.
It's been really good. But it was like, that was 6 years ago, wasn't it?
Like 5 years ago, yeah.
5 years ago.
I don't know, I lose track.
Okay.
And it was just very weird. But Sophie was very unsure.
That's interesting. Talk about that. So because I think a lot of people think like, oh, when you know, when it's like your person, but it was more of like a slow burn for you.
It was a slow burn because Jamie had always been on TV for years before me, cheating and doing all these things with girls.
First, I was never cheating.
Cheating on all of these girls.
I never.
Just like never once did I look at you and think we were going to get married, ever. Not in a bad way.
Never. Never.
No, but then we became friends, and I was like, God, I really love him. And I remember thinking, like, loads of my friends used to be like, I think Jamie really loves you, or like, Jamie's in love with you, or I think Jamie fancies you. And I'd be like, no way, we're friends. And then occasionally a thought would come into my head. I'd be like, do I love him like as a friend, or like, do I fancy him?
Right.
And I was very quick to be like, no, it's just a friend.
Was I your type?
I don't think I've got a type.
And why are you smiling at that?
Why
are you finding that so
No,
tricky?
that's so interesting, because I think sometimes we think like, I don't know, I'm so curious with the whole type thing, and like my listeners always are asking like, oh, should I go out with this guy? He's not my type. And like, I think types can be really restrictive. Like, I think you kind of have to go off more vibe. I mean, everyone has certain things where they're like, oh, I love like nice arms, or I love this and that. But like, I think you have to free yourself of that and just go off of connection.
I couldn't agree more. I actually always fancied really random people, but if they had a good vibe. I do have a really weird thing about hands and feet, and he's got really nice hands and feet. Like, it's a no-go for me if they've got bad hands.
I agree. I was actually out with a guy recently, and he had like, those like feminine duck hands. and they were so
limp,
small. And I was like,
and delicate.
And I was like, I just cannot. I can't. This is why I'm single.
Wait, what's wrong with the delicate, like, duck hands?
I don't know. I just need a guy to have, like, man hands. I need him to have, like, nice, firm hands that could break a bear's neck. Or like whatever. Like that is where I draw the line.
What you want. They want to break. You want like some lumberjack hand.
Or like,
get a log.
Yeah. I was exactly it. Just go
I come to my first dates with a pile of wood and I'm like...
But it's true. There's like, you don't necessarily have to fancy, but everyone's got a thing.
Everyone has a thing.
Some people like ears or like, totally. I think it's the hands.
Yeah.
Someone has ears. Oh my
Some guys really like ears. Some guys really like feet. You know, there's different things.
I think.
Do you have a type?
Mine always has been humor.
Yeah.
Your past girlfriend.
Okay, well, from some people, but like, but it has always been. Mine is all my real type has been like what I would describe. I think it's like goofy and funny.
Yeah,
and Sophie like encompasses all of that. Totally. Like Sophie is truly one of the funniest people I know. Like it makes me laugh all day, every day, and is really like goofy to the point where she doesn't realise.
I don't know. He keeps telling people I'm goofy. He thinks it's a compliment. I'm like, dude, that's not.
No, it is. It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's unlike you're unaware of it. You're unaware of like what you're doing.
It's just like
a
lightness to life, which I think just makes life so much more palatable.
Yeah.
Like people who are just like down to clown, like just like a lightness.
I know exactly what you
You know
mean.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that. Like I love goofy people. Like I think that's such an important thing.
But it's so important what you say about like types. I think people get like stuck in a certain type. They're like, okay, here's my list. I want them to be tall, or I want them to be working this.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the reason why we worked, truthfully, is because we were so unexpected in terms of for each other.
Yeah.
In a lineup of people, I don't think you would have picked me, and in a lineup of people, I don't think I would have picked you at straight.
Whoa now!
No.
Whoa now! That's a first.
Sorry, I was thinking about an ex.
Whoa now! That's a first.
No, but
rewind.
No, but as in, we were such...
Really?
No, we were such good... More to the point, I don't think I would have been your initial
No, we were
type.
just really good friends. So I guess like there was no... We didn't go into it thinking, oh my God, I'm going to end up getting with him or marrying, or there's going to be any sexual thing. It's like, I actually really liked him. And actually, I tried to... If anything, I tried to put myself off him because I was like, I just want to be his friend. And I know that we're going to probably sleep together and then it's going to go badly.
Right.
Can I ask for advice as well? Because I want your listeners to... Because this needs to be cleared up.
Yeah.
So, this is... So, Sophie, I immediately realised like that I was like... falling in love with Sophie quite quickly. There was a beginning initial period where I was like, this is just nothing, we're just mates, whatever, it's just gonna blow over. And then slowly it was just like this like magnet that was happening, and I was like, okay, and I was like, shit, I'm kind of in love now. And I remember that I was falling in love and I was like, this is not very good. You know when you fall in love with someone, you start to become more keen, and you can't help
it. You can't help it,
so you're a bit like, oh God, like you basically...
But you can help it as well, like you can play it off a little bit.
I think girls are better at masking their emotions than guys. I think guys, you can always tell when a guy really likes you because they're just like, but it's cute. It's like, it's nice. And I always say like when a guy likes you, you know, because a guy has a very hard time. Like if he's really like goo goo gaga for you, he has a hard time suppressing that. Whereas girls, like we're so good at like playing it cool and like faking it and everything. Like we're just, you know, we can control it a bit more, but
And that's what happened. And so Sophie, I was like
You're going to tell a story and I just know where this is going and it's not going to be the truthful one.
It is going to be the truthful one. Get ready for it. It's so truthful. I really like Sophie. I was falling in love with her. She was like, I'm not too sure. I don't think this is going to work. I don't want it anymore. So I was really upset. I was heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I was really upset. I was heartbroken. So I was like, okay, fine. We weren't even dating anything at all, but she's rejected me. I go on a night out. And I end up hooking up with someone.
Who's on our TV show that I work with.
Anyway, I hook up with someone. Sophie the next day phones me up and says, by the way, I think I've made a mistake. I would like back. So I'm like, okay, well, this is...
I'm like, I'm on my way to your house. He's like, no, don't go to my house. Meet me at this hotel.
She then found out about it and she gave me so much shit. And I was like, hang on, you just rejected me. Like, and
at what point did you find out about it?
Weeks later.
Wow. So you guys were already back together.
So we got back together.
We weren't even like together. We were like just dating.
This is the thing to talk about. in my mind, we were together.
You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And
you
the
know what I'm talking
situation
about.
is that he was not giving me, like, I wasn't getting confirmation. Like, you know, we were at that stage, we were doing like weird, you know, if like press spoke to him, he wouldn't call me his girlfriend. And I was like,
right. No,
I'm not
fuck that.
into it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
If you won't say, like, I agree with that. If a guy is like messing around and like pussyfooting around the situation and not gonna say that you're her his girlfriend, like,
100%.
fine, you're out. Like,
That is the
There you
biggest
go.
load of
So
horseshit.
that's what happened. And then
I was not
like, I'm out.
pussyfooting anywhere.
And then you went out
well,
and did that.
I was pussyfooting in my
Yeah, you were. And I was like,
feet in some.
what was in that croissant? Yeah,
Croissant. I've never heard you call it a croissant.
Oh God, I don't know. I also have like Hailey
Anyway, what are
Granelli.
your
It's
thoughts
really
on that? Is that legit or not legit? Who's in the
I would
wrong
be
here?
pissed. I would be pissed because it's like, oh, it's so fresh. Like, we had the conversation and that night you had to get
That
it in.
night?
Like, that's crazy.
That's what I was like, wow, come on.
But that's always how guys are. Guys, after any variation of breakup, like, even if it's, you know, just like a little break or whatever, that night they're like, let's fucking go. Like, it's time to smash bitches. And girl, and then like 2 months later, they're like, wait, I'm really affected by this and I'm really sad. Like, it's always delayed for
And
a
the
guy.
girl's, like, moved
Whereas
on.
a girl is like, I'm going to reflect on this. Like, I'm really sad for a couple of weeks. And then she slowly like has a glow up and like comes out of it. It's just like how we process things differently. But
So
I would be
true.
pissed. And also, why did you have to go for someone on the cast?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
that's the most fucked up shit.
spread your fucking wings.
Okay, fine. Next time I will.
Have you guys watched any American reality TV?
Have I?
Okay. Oh, to say. And what do you think the biggest differences are?
Okay, so I haven't watched so much like Made in Chelsea-esque things. I'm like mega
Yes, you
super
have.
fan of Real Housewives.
Let's talk about it. Which franchises do you watch? Are you up to date on New York? What are your thoughts?
Oh my God, so
You're in for the next
Bryn.
hour. This is the show for the next hour.
Okay, so I actually have some
I'll
tea.
step
I
out
went
for a
to a
bit.
Hey You festival
Yeah.
recently. I don't think people like Bryn.
You think?
Okay, so I'm a bit behind, but I'm also gauging what you're saying. She's really coming across badly. But last season I loved her. I was rooting for Bryn. And now I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's trying to be Lisa Vanderpump, but she's not as clever.
She's trying to be. I feel so awkward because she follows me and I've met her in person before, but
She's a huge fan.
But I find this season really insufferable. Like, I have
Yeah.
to say, I don't know what level she's acting on and what level this is her personality. I met her once briefly, but like the over sexualized, like everything. She's like, hey, look at this in my face. Like, I'd like to suck on this. And it's just like, it's 10 in the morning. Like, just, can we have a conversation
Sounds
without
like a hero.
Like, we
That's
got it. We got it.
We
last-
got it.
We got
Like,
it in the first
yeah.
season. You're funny. You're sexy. You're flirty. Like, it
Yeah,
needs to
we
stop now.
get it. Like, you're hot and fun. Like, fine. You know, it's just like so incessant. And I think it's just like, it's a bit that's not really working anymore. And also just like the over stirring the pot, like always making all this drama. She's having a bad season. Again, I don't know how much of it is her personality or just a bad edit, but like, it's not good.
Can I just say, Sophie is so obsessed that she started watching Beverly Hills from the beginning.
By the way, that is the best.
That's the gold.
It will never get better than the first 5 seasons of Beverly Hills.
Why was it so good?
Because,
Adrian, Lisa
because
Vanderpump.
they were unaware of
Yes.
the cameras. And that is something that we can never get back in reality TV. Because now people are way too aware. We get way too much feedback. Like, they have a show and then immediately they have 7,000 comments in their DMs being like, you were a bitch on this night's episode, blah, 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 blah. And then they think, oh, I can't act like a bitch. But the truth is, like, good reality TV is when they forget that they were there and they were all really rich. And now it's harder to get actually rich Real Housewives to be on the show, because if you're really rich, why would you want to be on the show? Like, you know what I mean?
They realize now that like it's not just fame. You're going to get criticized or like seen on every single
You're
level.
going to get torn apart.
And
Yeah.
so it's just never been as good. And Lisa Vanderpump was the only one who knew what was up.
She knew what was
She
up.
knew what was up. Bring
she's
her
a
back.
legend. Yeah, she's a legend.
Is she loved?
Yes.
But in like a sort of
Really?
like everyone's, you know, she's pretty ruthless.
She's ruthless, but I think she was
knows
like
what's up.
she was as close to herself as you can be on reality TV, and I think that's why people like her. And she had the offshoot show Vanderpump Rules, which was really smart because
I
it's
love.
like she was able to graduate to a different type of role on TV. That was a supernatural progression without it being too forced.
I want to know about Vanderpump Rules because I love that too, and that I did watch.
Yeah.
Are they sort of like, what's the vibe here with them? Like, what's...
You keep asking this question every time.
I
You
just
don't
can't
get the
work it out. Like, you know, are they
Go on, say it.
Are they regarded as like cool? I don't know. Like, are they going? I don't know. What's the vibe?
I think there was a time when they were really cool. I think there was this moment in time when Vanderpump Rules, when they were younger, when the show was really cool, when they were out and about a lot. I think now I don't know if I would call them cool. Like,
how long's it been on for?
Ages. Like,
what?
Like, so long.
But I've just heard about it like recently
of the scandal.
This
Yeah.
whatever this
like
thing that
Tom Sandoval is like the least cool person alive. Like, truly, like, he's just the least cool person, and not just because he cheated. Like, he's a fundamentally uncool person, and I stand on that. Like,
from within,
I do.
From the
core. What is his hands like though? Does he have good hands?
They're
bad
small,
hands
and
and
he
they're
plays the guitar, and he's like,
yeah, not good.
What he's like? He plays the little guitar.
He's in some like weird.
paints.
He like thinks that he's like
always paints his nails, but not in a cool way.
No,
like he's just trying so hard.
So
to be
hard,
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think there's like some of them are cool on the show.
Shorts, I love.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if I'd be like he's so cool, but he seems.
Sophie's obsessed. Sophie wants to, Sophie's like
I
every
want to go
single
to
time
Thomas Schwartz's.
yeah, she wants to go to Tom Tom in this place called Pump, and she's like wanting to do it so bad.
I don't know if it's like the time to do that anymore. But I like there was a time when it was really, really cool, and now I don't know.
I think I'm still gonna go.
No, still go.
God.
Still go.
I'm just gonna go.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Still go. Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Peter, what was he called?
Yeah, Peter.
I mean,
yeah.
he still works there. He works.
The thing is, it's like the whole, like, everything's just split up. Like, it would be like if Made in Chelsea, like, never changed the cast and everybody was still having the same drama.
Not cool.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would literally be like if it was the OG cast of Made in Chelsea, never changed, and everybody was still cheating on each other. It would be, it's just like, it's sad now. Because when we first met them, they were like 22 and like living in LA, and it was a completely different time in LA. All the energy was on LA. There were so many celebrities here, and celebrities were out and about, and they were like coming into all the restaurants, and there was just so much more good gossip and drama. It's just not in that place anymore.
Wow. So wait, so where are all the celebrities gone? Like Austin?
He's obsessed with Austin. He wants to stop talking to me about
Or
Austin.
Austin's really fun.
Michigan.
Nobody is going to Michigan.
I think they are.
No, like no celebrities are going there.
I hear they're going to Michigan.
No.
I promise you.
Have you ever been to Michigan?
No, but I think
it's very nice. Like, my parents are actually from Michigan.
I heard they're going to Michigan, and also they're going to Charleston. That's where isn't everyone
Charleston.
There you go.
Charleston,
because of Southern charm.
Yes, he met Austin, and he's like a real big fan of Charleston.
Yeah, that's fun. You guys should go to Austin, though. It's fun also.
That's right. So people aren't going to Michigan.
No.
Detroit.
No, not.
They're not going there?
Not right now.
I've seen this guy who lives in Detroit who I really want to meet, who's had an ice bath for 700 days in a row.
What?
Yeah, I know, he's amazing. And honestly, he every single morning.
Does he look great?
When you guys move into my house, I have a cold plunge in my backyard, so you can do it every day too.
I can't wait.
It's perfect. What is the story that you regret sharing the most, and why? Is it the one where you ate something on the toilet backwards?
Oh yeah. This is the people don't realize how
that
great.
was really just like that embarrassed me. I felt shamed that I married you.
You joking?
Yeah, and I feel sorry for our future kids.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I have this thing sometimes, which I think lots of people have, is where like there's a toilet, right, which typically face out that way. You can sit on it the usual way, which is like you sit it facing away from the wall. Or you can straddle it like a cowboy, and you can sit on it like this. And then what they call the cistern, or whatever the thing is, you can have a little tea party on that.
The plumbing where all the dirty water is.
Yeah, I put a glass of wine and some sausage rolls up there, and I was having a party with myself. And then I started looking in the mirror, and I started scaring myself. I went, rah, rah, in the mirror.
You're telling the story again.
Yeah. And so sometimes I do that. When I'm really tired, I do that, and I lay my head on it like that. Just to rest. You know how you do on a plane sometimes, you see those absolute psychos that lay down on the tray?
Yeah.
I do that on the plumbing.
Yeah, they're the psychos, for
They
sure.
are psycho who do that.
Crazy.
No, but you guys are a very, I don't think you have a choice, but I think by association, you're a very like poo forward couple, or like, you kind of like talk about it. At what point in your relationship did you start discussing that? And like, what do you think that's healthy? Because I feel like people are really split.
I don't think.
Like, I still, like, even if I've had a boyfriend for like 2 years, I will still go to the lobby of the hotel, like, on a trip.
Well, the first time it happened is...
I was going to the lobby, so the first time it happened, was we were like not even a year in, and I woke up. I waited till he went to sleep. I woke up at like 2 a.m. Well, I didn't go to sleep because I was in fucking agony. I was lying there. I was like, oh my God. The loo in this hotel that we were in was glass. Like, what are you trying to do to me? So I
have a real fetish for watching.
So I get my little torch out. I like put my head on him. I'm like deep breathing. He's asleep. Good to go. I get my torch out. I find the key room.
Where have you got a torch from?
From my phone. I'm like, I get the key card.
You meant like a head torch.
I walk out barefoot, dressing gown, naked underneath. Go down to the lobby. I am desperately in desperate need to go to the loo. It's been 2 days I haven't been able to go. And suddenly I go down to the lobby. The lift is stuck. And I'm about to have a serious problem. So I have to call at 2 in the morning. I'm in my dressing gown, bare feet. I call the people. I'm like, they come.
Who are the people?
The service guy comes, he fixes it, and he's like, what room are you in? I thought I had to tell him what room I'm in, like 514. He walks me all the way back up to 514. I'm like, no, I need to go to the lobby. So then he sees me walking back down to the lobby. That was the first situation that we happened. But the
second one was when we were
shitting with the door open from like get-go.
No,
and I remember.
No, that's not. The second one what happened was that this is true. The second one what happened was I always sleep naked and we were in bed and Sophie was like cuddling me that and she scratched her nail or something and what she found, she was like, what was that? And I didn't know what to say. I said, it was actually my piles.
I know, I feel really upset that this is like potentially now going to be brought over to like American audiences because I'm really embarrassed that English people see this.
And I said, look, it's actually something I'm dealing with that I'm going to work out. But yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was a moment.
It was the same.
So then I got a little idea, and then that was. You have an issue. I don't know why you buy white underwear either.
Oh my God!
There's just this law. It's like he's a pooey guy, and
no, I'm not a pooey guy.
I was too deep in at this point.
The funniest moment I still think I've ever had. We had this ground floor flat that we were first met in. Not first met in. We first lived in, and I was lying in bed at night, and I had the stomach aches. I was like, oh God! I looked over, and she was sleeping, and I was like, fine. So I leant to the edge of the bed and lifted up my cheek. I was like, and I farted, and it went. Whew, out, and Sophie went. I went, oh fuck, she's awake. She went, what's that? And I went, what's what? She went, what's that noise? And I went, I don't know, it's midnight. And she went, why was someone sweeping leaves outside?
Oh my God. Like, oh God, you sick
I think it's like the sound of a snitch. It flew past you.
Oh,
yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know why so many clips of yours that are in my memory are about pooing and farting, but I do remember another one where you were, which I have to say has come in handy. I remember there's a clip of you on the internet saying that if you lie down on your left side and like lay straight, then all the farts will come out of you before, like if you're going to sleep with someone,
that's what
like
you do.
In a bed, you can lie like in the like go into the loo and lie down on your left side and all the farts will leave you like quite quietly and then you can safely sleep with someone.
I've told you that I've done that.
And if Jamie likes to like pull his bum cheeks so that there's no noise.
No, but I've told you that story of when I did that.
No, you haven't. We're gonna hear it.
No,
now.
I was with like an ex-girl. I don't know, someone. I think it was an ex-girlfriend at the very beginning. And I thought, so I went into the bath and laid in the fetal position like this. And if you do it on the ground, and if it's like a cold,
that's what it is.
It's a cold bathroom floor. If you lay in the fetal position like this, you do that, and the wind comes out of you. Yes. So I was lying in the fetal position like this on the ground floor, and she walked in. And I went, looked like I've been crying, and I was like, "Oh hi, whoa, what's going on? Sorry, I'm just." Yeah, it lets it all out. You do that.
Okay, so lock the door when you.
So, Tinx, you're not comfortable with in a relationship. You can't go there yet.
No one should be. It should be something that's left to the imagination. And by the way, we have had serious talks about it. Like I have said, you know, this is this detrimental to our marriage. I genuinely think that I've said, like the farting near me has to stop because it might be okay. Yeah, we've only been married for like a year, but I don't think after 10 years, like it's gonna cause problems.
Can I have a show? Who's comfortable with it in front of their partner? Anyone? Hands up or no? Literally one hand up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, maybe we're stepping. They do say.
Don't say we're. I don't do that. I do not do that. I do not do that.
Okay, are you telling me or you?
We're having a trivial conversation. You need to
you don't.
that.
No, you don't. You don't do that.
You're bringing down the team.
Yeah, she actually doesn't do that. She actually doesn't. Yeah. There have been occasional times when
No.
No, that has not. Okay, all right.
Okay, so my followers don't always believe that I grew up in London and that I'm part British. So I am going to read off a list of things that I think are really hype, like I love, and that you guys tell them, the listeners and the followers, if they are as good as I say they are. Okay, number 1, Colin the Caterpillar cake.
Only the head.
Okay.
Only the head or the bottom. I don't like the middle, but I'm not mad on like chocolate cake.
Okay.
But it's a big hype.
But it's hyped, right?
100% hype and it's great.
I think it's great.
School,
it's huge hype.
At school, when Colin the Caterpillar came in...
I'm not lying, you guys. Yeah. Because I told them about the whole lore about how birthday person would get the head, and then the best friend gets the bum, and then all the next best friends get the feet, and then if you are like not close with the person, you get like a middle piece.
You get the middle.
That's exactly what happens. And like when it was someone's birthday, that was like crazy time. That was very exciting. 100%.
Yeah, it is. Definitely hype.
This one's for Sophie. Marks and Spencer's cashmere cardigans.
Unbelievable.
So good, right?
Marks and Spencer's everything.
Everything.
It's so good.
I know, like the snacks, like every time I go home, I like do a haul online and I'll be like, oh my God, like these things and like all those random things in tubs that like
nuts.
You're fucking crazy. Like they go so hard.
It's so good. And also now they're cleaning products. They have their own scent and it's unbelievable.
I'm going to stock up when I go home. Children Firehouse. Or is it kind of like lame to you guys now?
No, it's still huge.
Still cool.
Yeah.
It's like Chateau for us. Have you guys been to Chateau?
Yeah, I've been to Chateau. And a Firehouse is our new office is right next to Firehouse. It's like the building next to it. So we have like the.
So when you come, we can.
So when you come, you can come to our office
and get Monocle cappuccinos at Monocle.
Opposite.
So it's the best.
So good.
Okay.
And Marylebone in general is like
the best neighborhood.
People don't realize that who come to London. I don't think they go to like Chelsea or Knightsbridge or West End. Marylebone is the best place.
I agree. It's
that and then Notting Hill, I think.
Yeah,
or Hampstead,
I agree with
I don't know, but it's good. Hampstead, I love.
Gale's Coffee.
Unbelievable.
So good.
Man.
So good.
They do
Gale's
these
everything.
They do these like cheese croissant, whatever they're.
Twizzlers.
Like, is that what they are?
So
straws.
They're really good.
Cheese
straws.
Tahini bites. Unbelievable.
Bikini bites?
Tahini. Little chocolate ones.
Bikini?
No, tahini. It's like a sesame paste.
All right, I hear you.
Gymkhana.
Yes, unbelievable.
Never been.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yeah, you've been for dinner with me there.
Oh,
twice.
Wasn't that memorable for me?
You. We went with Shopify once as well.
Oh yes, we did. Yeah.
You don't like it?
I liked it. It was like a very long meal.
It's amazing.
Sometimes a brand dinner.
It's a huge hype though. I feel like I'm not being loyal to London because I've not been there.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It's good. Okay.
It's very good.
Okay, good. We agree.
I love these questions.
Here are some things that I want to ask you guys about American things. Have you tried them?
Can't wait.
And what do you think? Okay, Flaming Hot Cheetos. Have you tried those?
No. Are they amazing? Yes, we have Flaming Hot Cheetos. So
we had them in Turks and Caicos.
They are so good. They're like not cheesy.
No, they're like covered in red 40.
They are so good.
Yeah. Okay, you like them. Okay.
I like. Do you not like them?
They're not my thing.
I like them.
I don't.
Spicy for me.
It's just not. I don't like that super synthetic kind of vibe. In-N-Out. Have you had In-N-Out?
No, but we're gonna go.
You're gonna go. Oh my God, I'm excited for your guys' review.
Is it worth it?
It's good. It's definitely like a specific taste. Like I do like it, but it's not. Don't think of it like a burger. Think about it like a specific taste, if that makes sense.
Like a McDonald's taste.
I'm picturing like a vegan burger flavor.
Like a Happy Meal.
No. It's just like you'll see when you've had it, you'll like crave it sometimes, but it's like a specific. I like it, and get the milkshake too. It's
like
so
a
good.
meat patty.
I think we gotta go.
God, I've gotta go. I'm like
and you have to get it animal style.
Animal style.
Yeah, that's with like extras the sauce and with like the onions on top. So you have to get everything animal style. Have you guys had Taco Bell?
No, I don't know about Taco Bell.
Why?
Taco Bell's in England.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
But it's not the same.
I don't think any of it. And like Chipotle.
Yeah, because we put more chemicals in it here, so it tastes better. Like more.
Yeah, we had some sodas, and it's like these have no like sugar. It tasted like drinking metal. I don't understand what's in it.
I loved it. I was like, ooh.
You know, it's got energy in those drinks.
I felt fantastic.
Drinks was it?
Poppy.
Oh yeah, we love Poppy.
Has it got energy in it?
No, it's just Poppy's really good.
Poppy.
They killed it.
We drink Poppy like every day.
I drank Poppy at like 9 a.m.
So good. Yeah.
So
the
good.
green one is the best.
I like
Okay,
the cherry
okay, I'm
one.
back on it. All right.
Yeah, that one's good too. Okay, have you had an Arnold Palmer?
I had one just before coming here.
It's so good, right?
That's the best drink I've ever had in my
It's
life. Is that what
really
you're
good. This
drinking
is what
there?
I'm drinking now, but yeah.
Do you know who Arnold Palmer was or is?
No,
Golfer.
Golfer. Yeah.
he liked those drinks.
He loved them.
Started a good thing.
Yeah. Do you guys, have you had any frozen yogurt while you're here? Do you planning on it?
Yeah, but it's my favorite thing ever. Now, where do we go? Because we went somewhere and it tasted like powder.
Okay, you need to go to Big Chill because it's like an authentic LA experience. It's like in a strip mall. It's worth going. It's cash only. It's literally the best place. You need to go to Big Chill.
Big Chill. So
Big
we don't do
Chill.
Pinkberry.
No.
Really?
Pinkberry's like a chain. Like
Yeah, we have it in
Pinkberry's
England.
so, I mean, look, I like Pinkberry occasionally, but Big Chill is like so LA.
Can
You
we
have
into
to go.
Big Chill?
Okay, Big
You
Chill.
have
In
to
and
go.
out
It's
burger,
so
Big
cute.
Chill.
Yes.
On
And
the
roll
sneaker on the
home.
side.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to do one pop culture story. So in America, we have something called People's Sexiest Man Alive. And like that would just never fly in the UK, I think,
No,
right?
Never ever.
But if the UK had to vote on the sexiest man alive, like it was John Krasinski
I know
here,
where we're going with this.
who do you think that you guys would vote for? Like, who do you think is the sexiest guy?
Honey, who would you vote for?
It has to be UK based
Yeah.
or the world.
Well, I guess they include British
But
guys.
let's go for UK
in-
based.
Let's go for UK based.
You would go for someone like, who would you really think is
Who
sexy?
would I go for? UK based.
I'd pick Idris Elba.
Really?
Hot.
He's so sexy. And that's the type of guy that they go for here. He's like super nice and like really good at what he does. And like and he's just really sexy.
Who would be real sexy? You would go for someone
Go
like...
for because all I'm thinking is American people like Jacob.
You find
Elordi.
Piers Morgan really sexy.
I would go for Piers Morgan. Hot. I would go for who would I go for?
Who would... No, come on, let me actually think about this. So someone who's really sexy and hot. It's got to be someone like...
All I can picture is Ant and Dec, and I'm feeling like that's not my vibe. But they're the only UK talent I can think of.
Daniel Craig?
The people who... The person who would win it for the UK would be someone like David Attenborough.
100%.
He would win it for sure.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
people
yeah.
would just go, who win it?
Yeah.
But who should actually win it? Who's like... I think it's got to be people like Paul
Like Harry
Mescal
Styles,
or
surely.
do you know what I mean?
Styles,
Or like
okay, it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
Barry Keoghan.
Oh yeah,
That's his
people
real-
love
that's
him.
how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Do you love him?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's the sexy. Or who is like the really fun, nice?
Are you wanting us to say you?
I think I'll be up there.
I know that you're really.
I think I'll be up there.
No, but what they do is every year they pick one guy and then they do throughout the ages, right? They pick one guy for every age and it's like 100 guys, I think, right?
So 1 to 100. Who's a sexy 1-year-old?
1-year-old.
And who's a sexy 100-year-old? Like they go through the ages.
I might be wrong.
From
but-
1 to
But
100.
I think they pick like a couple, like they pick more than one. They pick like quite a lot of guys.
Who would be?
Look, you're in for sure.
Willis, who would be really sexy?
Who the heck is
Jonathan
that?
Bailey. Here we go.
Yeah.
who
That's a
that
good
is.
one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
yeah. I think
Okay,
it's really
I'm gonna go
good.
for Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm
that's a good one.
convinced that if they went for like the new James Bond, right, which they're looking for at the moment, I'm convinced that I'd be in the top 1,000 for it.
To be James Bond.
Yeah, to be James Bond. I'm convinced.
Like,
if,
obviously not, but this is
Who
what I deal
who
with.
do you guys think should be James Bond the next one?
Isn't Aaron Taylor-Johnson doing it?
I think it's good. Aaron Taylor-Johnson would be great. James Norton.
Paul Mescal, just throw it in there.
No.
Oh my god, what about throwing up and having Barry?
Barry Keoghan is
Out of
James
nowhere.
Bond.
I
The
can
guy from
see
Saltburn.
it.
That's James
He's
Bond.
too like he's too
He could
like,
do it.
He
He's
doesn't
meant to-
have the right look. He's too
He'd
like
be a spy and you meant to like be
he's not like
brutal.
like the
enough.
I know
strong
that it's-
silent type. He seems a bit like I don't know.
Like small and bubbly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be like rough
I-
around the
I
edges.
think-
So you then.
I think
rough.
Aaron Taylor Johnson could do it.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think
he'd
it's
be
gonna
good
be
for
Aaron.
it.
He'll
Yeah.
be so good for it.
He would be really good for it.
I interviewed him once with Brad Pitt, and
How was it?
well, this whole story is actually genius. So it was Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brad Pitt, and in my head I was like, shit, I'm interviewing Brad Pitt, and I was like, what am I going to do with Brad Pitt? I reckon Brad Pitt, he's going to go for the high five. That's because it's Brad Pitt will go for the high five. So I'd like amped myself up, and I was fucking nervous, like to the point my energy was almost too much for myself. Like I wanted to like get like depersonalization so I could separate myself from my own body. Anyway, I walk into the room and I'm beelining for the high five, and that's all I'm thinking about in my head. So I'm like, "Hey, Brad," and I go for the high five, and he puts his fist out. So I go, "Oh, doorknob," and twist
No, you
it.
didn't.
And he went, and I don't know if you tried
my
to
God.
His hand.
try and twist your fist like anti-clockwise. It doesn't really.
You also narrated it like doorknob.
And I went, "Oh, doorknob." I do things.
Oh my
like,
God.
He
It's like-
also came home that day and he was like, Brad Pitt had loads of bracelets on, and later that evening and just been Googling like leather bracelets. I was like, if this isn't a nick, I don't know what it is.
Oh my God, that is so good.
They had like a sleeve of leather.
Yeah, they just arrived. I was like, no.
And he wore like a
my God.
caftan. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
walking around
reckon I
naked
could wear
in a
that.
caftan with leather bracelets. I was like, this is not the vibe.
Walking around
in like
London.
2 degrees.
Walking around
On the back
London
of his phone.
in a caftan,
Oh my God, that was good.
looking like some sort of ninja.
But I think it's got to be Aaron Taylor-Johnson. I used to be so in love with him.
Yeah, he'll be good. That would be good. Yeah, I'm ready for a new Bond movie. I'm ready for a new.
It's now's the time.
It's time.
Now's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Okay, another story. So a bride wants to seat her fiance's grandma at the back of a wedding due to her off-putting cough. Do you think that's legit to put someone in the back because of their cough? And did you guys have any funny rules at your wedding, or like funny where you were like, oh, I can't put that person here, or whatever?
I think that's legit.
I think that's legit. There's
Yeah.
nothing worse than a cough.
No.
We had no kids at all.
I would almost be like,
That's interesting.
no kids. We also didn't do a seating plan for this, the
that's so
ceremony.
interesting.
And I regret, because I got up onto the altar and I was looking out. It was so sunny, I could barely see, and I couldn't see anyone I knew in the
Yeah, you
the
were like, who
audience.
are these people?
I was like having panic out. Am I at the wrong wedding? Freaking out. I was like, what's happening? So
then you looked at me and I was like,
I was like, what's going on? And then our like celibate was talking about selling wine.
"Celibate, celebrant."
Celebrant was trying to sell wine to our. The whole thing was quite
And
great.
Sophie was so hot, and she was like, but they didn't know where she was. So the celebrant was talking. She went, "Hurry up!"
I went, let's wrap it up now.
Before you'd done the vows.
before the vows.
Let's wrap it
Literally,
up.
I was literally
Let's wrap it
about
up
to
now,
pass
man.
out. I was like, this is too much. But I think
Oh my
that's
God.
so legit. You've got to look out. You want to see the friendly
wanna see
faces.
the
You
friendly
don't want to
faces.
hear like a
Yeah,
cough
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole way through.
Yeah.
Sophie was walking up the aisle. I've never seen someone more like shitting themselves. She was like this.
You forget how to smile and you're like, it's horrible.
Trying to walk. It's like you've never walked more. So you end up doing this.
I also, my shoes came on the day. I'd never tried them before then.
No.
They were size 3. I'm a size 5.
No.
My feet, and then there's this one photo.
And hers are size 12.
I don't know how it happened, but I somehow got photographed getting in the back of a taxi outside, and I was like, no one's going to see them dresses so long, and you just see my foot hanging, like me lifting up my dress and my huge foot hanging over the back of this like sling on. And by the way, they were like 1-inch kitten heels because I was trying to be a nice wife for him. I was like, this is just don't. Just I should have been taller than you on the day.
Wow.
You were, and you look beautiful.
I wore 1-inch kitten heels for you.
Oh, thanks, honey. Okay.
Are you happy you did no kids at the ceremony? Or at the wedding, full stop?
Yeah, I think so.
I like a no kid wedding. It's like, it's too much.
Everyone's like, oh my God, look at your
Yeah,
kid.
it's
Like,
like,
look at me.
yeah. I'm like, I want to focus on the bride and the groom and like the grown up activity.
I think so. And I think also, look, you definitely miss out on some people who don't come because they got kids and things I get. But actually, as a whole, it's easier to manage like everything.
Yeah.
Like we just had that rule. It's just easier. Let's just do that. No kids at the wedding. If you can't come, we totally get it. But let's do that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What else are you going to do when you're in LA? Final thoughts.
We're going to...
Air One.
Willis wants to take us to a club.
Oh, we're going to go to...
What club?
I'm not sure, maybe the Abbey?
Okay, the Abbey will be fine. The only clubs that are alive and well in LA are gay bars. Like,
That's
that's
Willis
maybe
wants to take
but
us.
they're so fun. Like High Tops is really fun. You should go there. It's really, really fun.
God, so LA is like really died over... Like,
Yeah, I think it's just like, it's just
changed.
a change for now. But it'll,
That is so interesting. It's like that though, that it goes in like seasons almost.
It goes in waves. Like I really do.
London's the same. No one.
No, London's the same. Like I always say that when I was like in high school, that era, like so when would it have been like in the, I don't know, just like the 2000s, like London was really having there was a lot of energy around it.
Great.
Remember, like, and also even around 2000, like the millennium when we were young, like there was so much energy. There was like the Millennium Dome and like the Spice Girls, and like there was so much like
buzz and like
culture about London, and everybody was looking. That was just like such a it moment for London, and I think that cities go in waves like that. You know, I
and London's lost its identity a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It doesn't. London used to know what London was.
100%.
It was like,
I agree with you.
This was what London was, and at the moment, no one quite knows what it is. Like what? Like there's no identity anymore.
Yeah.
And it will find its way back. But London used to have like pockets. Like you knew what you would get in Camden. You knew what you'd get in like King's Road. You knew what you would get in like the West End. And now that it doesn't really happen, but it'll find its way.
I think a lot of it is social media too. It's just like everything is so, like nothing is special anymore because, which again, like
I know
we're all three people like online, we're part of it, but I think it's just made everything a bit less sparkly because you go and you find something and you're like, everybody's fucking here, and like you guys go see the smoothie, you're like, this smoothie's good, but it's not like the best smoothie I've ever had, like whatever. It's just like a bit. Everything feels more dull in real life because of how shiny it feels online.
What are your thoughts on social media? Honest thoughts.
I am trying to live more offline than I am living online. And I think that was a big part of why I needed to move to New York right now, is because I felt like in LA I was too focused on online and like likes and views and just the online world. I would just, the nature of the city, I would just sit on my phone all day, and I just want to live my life. And like, yeah, I love my followers, like I love my community, I want to share the cool things that I learn about and whatever, but like I need to live my life first, and that's like a hard thing to do when you're
done to you,
like
love that.
entwined with it.
It's super hard,
it's part of growing up.
I think that's a great thing, and I think honestly, I saw these new rules in Australia. You can't be under 16 banned. It's amazing,
so good.
I think things are going.
There's a change.
Social media is a great thing for lots of reasons. But also it's a dangerous area, and it's just like lots of things going on there. And if it's used in the right way, great. Also, living in the present and not online is so. I definitely see it. We went on holiday for my mum for her 70th and Sophie's birthday, and I wasn't online the entire week. And your brain rewires itself.
It rewires. It opens up, and you can just enjoy things more. And
crazy.
Like, and then you come back and you're like, literally nothing. Like it's all still there. It's all
nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
It's good to take a break. But I think and hope we're all headed a bit more in that direction. Like I think we're starting to realize how negative it can be. We have to put some guardrails on because it's like
it's going to do a cyclical.
Yeah.
It will. Just people get bored of it and be like, no, we don't want that anymore. Let's do this.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. This was so hilarious, so fun. I hope you move to LA. My house is open if you want it.
And our house is open for you back in London.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Tinx. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, well done.
Thanks, Tinx.
So good.
So fun.